As we approach this year's election, there's a palpable tension in the air. Conversations often turn to a troubling possibility: civil unrest after the votes are counted. It's a topic that many Americans are thinking about, and it's not hard to see why. The warning signs are flashing, and the stakes have rarely felt higher. This isn't about partisan politics. It's about the health of our democracy and the well-being of our communities. In this video, we'll delve into the factors fueling this unease. From deep-seated political polarization to a growing distrust in our elections, the stage seems set for potential turmoil. Add to that the specter of political violence and the economic anxieties gripping many Americans, and the picture becomes even more concerning. It's crucial that we understand these issues, not to stoke fear, but to confront them head-on and seek solutions. One of the most alarming trends in recent years is the widening gulf between Americans with different political views. It's not just that we disagree on policy, it's that we increasingly see each other as threats. This polarization seeps into every aspect of our lives, from our social media feeds to our dinner table conversations. We live in separate information ecosystems, consuming news that reinforces our existing beliefs and demonizes the other side. This makes it nearly impossible to find common ground or engage in productive dialogue. Compromise has become a dirty word, and empathy for opposing viewpoints feels increasingly rare. This level of division creates fertile ground for anger, resentment, and ultimately, unrest. Adding fuel to the fire is the spread of misinformation and disinformation, particularly surrounding our elections. False claims about voter fraud, rigged systems, and stolen elections have eroded public trust in the democratic process. Social media platforms, while powerful tools for connection, have also become breeding grounds for conspiracy theories and baseless accusations. This lack of trust has real-world consequences. It undermines the legitimacy of our elections and fuels anger toward those perceived as benefiting from a rigged system. When people lose faith in the peaceful transfer of power, they're more likely to resort to other means of expressing their grievances. This is a dangerous path that could lead to violence and instability. A recipe for discord. The potential for a contentious election only heightens these anxieties. In an era of razor-thin margins and intense partisan competition, the outcome itself could be a flashpoint. Delays in vote counting, recounts, and legal challenges could further inflame tensions and create a breeding ground for misinformation and accusations of wrongdoing. The 2020 election, with its contested results and the January 6th attack on the Capitol, serves as a stark reminder of how fragile our democracy can be. While we hope for a smooth and decisive election this time around, we must be prepared for the possibility of a contested outcome and the potential for unrest that comes with it. The shadow of violence. Sadly, political violence is no longer a distant threat in America. The past few years have witnessed a disturbing rise in incidents of politically motivated violence, from the attack on Paul Pelosi to threats against election workers. This violence is often fueled by extremist ideologies and amplified by online echo chambers that normalize and encourage such behavior. The mere presence of this violence creates a climate of fear and intimidation. It discourages people from participating in the political process and erodes trust in democratic institutions. If left unchecked, this trend could have a chilling effect on our democracy, making it harder to address the very issues driving the violence in the first place. Economic anxiety fuels the fire. It's impossible to discuss the potential for unrest without acknowledging the economic anxieties gripping many Americans. Rising inflation, stagnant wages, and a sense that the American dream is slipping away have created a fertile ground for resentment and frustration. Economic hardship often translates into political anger, as people look for someone to blame for their struggles. In times of economic uncertainty, extremist groups and demagogues often exploit people's fears and anxieties for their own gain. They offer simplistic solutions and scapegoats, further dividing society and increasing the potential for unrest. Addressing economic inequality and ensuring that all Americans have a fair shot at success is crucial to mitigating this risk. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more awesome content. See you next time!